I'm Rick Tucci. Many of you may remember the Six Sigma craze of the late 1990s and early 2000s. And for those who may have been born a little later, here's the quick version. A new theory for improving performance takes off after being showcased in a respected, high profile company. It's evangelized by a charismatic leader. Then the consultants and the training firms pivot quickly to package the new magic formula. And before long, leaders across industries jump on the bandwagon for fear of missing out. Well, that's exactly what happened with Six Sigma. Born at Motorola in the 1990s, it was widely popularized at GE by Jack Welch. In fact, in its heyday of the early 2000s, it was estimated that US organizations alone trained more than 250,000 leaders to become the high priests of this new movement, calling them black belts. Now, don't get me wrong, Six Sigma was and remains a powerful methodology for continuous improvement and even innovation. It delivered impressive results and saved companies millions of dollars. But like many movements before and since, it also came at a cost. By 2010, the shine had worn off, and today it's estimated that there are fewer than 8,000 black belts still practicing across industries. So what happened? Well, leaders fell into what I call the frontline change trap. It's a trap of turning a method into a doctrine or dogma. And in the case of Six Sigma, organizations and newly trained belts forced every problem through the same rigid steps, regardless of the problem's complexity. And as a result, projects stretched on for months, data was gathered, and impressive charts were produced, but in many cases, solutions were already to be found in frontline knowledge, earned hard by real experience and observation, but dismissed by these practitioners of the new secret science as being merely tribal knowledge. Well, as expected, engagement at the front lines plummeted, and it's why the backlash grew. You may have heard it or even said it yourself. Watch out, here comes Sick Sigma again. But it wasn't just a perception problem. Real opportunities were lost in the wait. In one case I personally observed, a frontline scientist suggested a simple fix to a life-saving drug storage problem based on his prior experience with similar drugs. But the black belt assigned to the project insisted the team apply the standard Six Sigma playbook to the problem. And the team spent 6 months running statistical experiments to prove what was already common knowledge. Well, the delay cost millions in lost product, and more importantly, it cost patients the chance to get this drug. That's the danger when applying the method becomes the goal. But again, it doesn't mean Six Sigma or Lean are dead or should be abandoned. Far from it. The lesson is that methods are simply the means to be used at the right time in the right situation. And what helps avoid this trap is to have a robust, multifaceted toolkit. It's what most successful belts we've worked with over the years, and for that matter, any change agent needs to operate with. It's the knowledge of when to use advanced tools and when to move fast on frontline wisdom using simpler tools. It means recognizing that in many cases, experience on the ground is the most reliable data, especially for problems with multiple causes and few measurement systems in place. This balance is what keeps methods relevant in the age of AI and growing disengagement. In fact, in my book, Ideas to Action, I dive deeper into how leaders can avoid the frontline change trap by using a robust toolkit guided by precision targeting of when to use which method and which tools. Well, I invite you to read more and join me in rethinking how we can use proven tools to empower, not constrain, the people closest to the work. As always, thanks for watching this issue of the Ideas to Action video newsletter. And remember, the best consultants are already on your payroll.